Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today we're going to talk about 5 myths about Social Security. So before we get started, if you like my channel, please consider subscribing. Helps the channel grow. And along with that, if you like the video, hit the like button. And feel free to leave comments. Love to hear from you. So let's get started. So 5 myths. There are many things about Social Security that are true, but there are things that somehow they gather a life of their own, for I guess, for lack of a better term. Someone hears it, it gets shared, and it's really nothing more than a myth. So one of those is that Social Security is not taxed, and that, of course, is not true. You're depending on your income level. Social Security is taxed anywhere between 50 and 85% based on income. So, the more you make, the more taxes, obviously, you're going to pay on it. So it's just certainly something that, to bear in mind. So don't think that you are tax-free, you paid for it. No, Uncle Sam's got a way of dipping his hand back into your pocket, once again. So, don't believe that it's not taxed, because it's just, of course, not true. Next up is there's no way to calculate what you qualify for. Well, that isn't true also, because you can look at your history. You can go on to Social Security's website, and you can look at your history. You can see what you've made, and you can also then get a projection of what they are going to pay you based on your history. Now, keep in mind that your history is, if you're not there yet, your history is going to change because you're going to continue to work. But you have a way to look at that and take a look and calculate. A lot of people think that it's just, there's no way to know it. It's like a mystery. It's not really a mystery. It's all about math. It's all about the history of what you've made. Next up is that Social Security is set in stone. That, of course, is not also true. It's not set in stone because there are many factors that play into what you get for Social Security. So, for instance, you have the age range of retiring from 62 to 70. That's going to play a part in what you get. When you claim, is how much you're going to get. And along with that, it's based on your 35 years of work history. And so every year that maybe you don't have in that 35-year range, that goes off as a 0 in your column. Well, if you continue to work even part-time and meet the threshold, that turns that 0 into, I think you got to have about $1,600, and that's still $1,600 that is, counted towards the 35-year average. And what I mean by all of that, of course, is as you continue to work and continue to contribute, you're going to change the bottom line. So it's not etched in stone. You have a way to affect, what the bottom line is going to be if you continue to work, even on a part-time basis. The next up is that Social Security will replace your paycheck. Now, that is certainly not true at all. It is and was always designed to replace 40% of your paycheck. So it is not designed to just simply change from their job to Social Security. No, you have to have some other means of income, savings, 401, IRAs, pension, things that will be joined together with Social Security. Social Security is a nice base salary that you're going to get that, can take care of a lot of, let's call it the incidentals. You're paying for your food and, utilities and maybe your rent, but you need additional money, to be able to live comfortably. Can you retire only on Social Security? Yeah, you can, but that might be a tough nut to crack. So keep in mind that, it is not meant to replace the check. It is only 40% of what that income is, what it was designed for. And the fifth one is you can collect, people going by, you can collect your dead spouse and your check. Well, the answer is no. If your spouse, he or she, passes away, you get to choose which one of them is the higher amount, and you can switch to that. But you can never collect more than one Social Security check. You know, you can only get one. And so now, if your spouse passes away and you are at full retirement age, you are eligible for 100% of what they have, and what they were getting paid. If you are between 60 and less than full retirement age, depending on when you retire, you are in the range of 71% to 99%, depending on how close you are to retirement age, of getting that amount of your spouse's, what their check was. So these are myths that, a lot of people they hear and they believe. And you don't want to believe any of this where you suddenly you're basing your info on what you're going to do and the decisions you make based on wrong information. Because there's nothing that's going to ruin your retirement more than having the wrong information about what you're eligible for and what you can get and what's based on what you think you may get, in reality of what you actually get. So I would tell you that there's a lot of information that's out there that you can look up on the government website and go look at Social Security, and then you can see that, what they are telling you is here's what the truth is, here's the reality of it. So don't let these 5 myths hurt or ruin your retirement. So with that, tell me what you think. Tell me what you believe in and what this may do for you. So information-wise, it's a valuable tool to know this info and to make good choices. So with that, I'm going to tell you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.